Freewill. Items sold separately, apparently you only buy into one and not the other. Two doctrines divided by the same fine line that seems to divide everything. How do such notions shape our conceptions of poverty and power, forces not always sewn together in our minds, even while we rarely see them survive independently in our world? How do these notions aid in our continuous construction of a reality in which tremendous inequality persists while a majority struggles on the day-to-day? Everything. Though they are only part of a grander picture, these concepts of choice and chance have everything to do with the matter, and they sit idle in neat boxes shaped by fine lines waiting to be complicated, blurred, and broken. In my time at school, I volunteered at a clinic for the homeless and separately a prison for the state. Unless one walked with eyes closed, you could not debate the incredible racial disparity present in both locations, or often the severity of the financial instability folks faced landed them in positions of incredible vulnerability where choices were rarely easy to make. Deeper than skin tone, sexual orientation, mental illness, physical limitations, geographical location, and a list of other factors compacted in qualities that qualify as inherent and disabling, leave many sailing in a storm of isolation that has carried centuries in its currents. And even as dialogue shifts towards acceptance and empowerment, pretty pictures of peaceful gatherings cannot sufficiently cover the context of histories shaded by blatant segregation and discrimination, as the residue of these still surviving processes shuffle comfort and power into corners of our world. While it is nice to believe some are destined for great glory, surely no ultimate force destines certain people for circumstances confined by bars of hunger, illiteracy, employment, and the like. And while it's nice to believe that we all are the authors of our own stories, we cannot buy into the notion that positions and hierarchies we are born or wander into do not shape the choices we are left to consider. Do I attend school or work to feed my family? Who do I vote for when I cannot read the ballot, and even if I could, it really wouldn't matter, as my hopes and my dreams get so lost in translation by the time they reach the people in power? This picture is far greater than fate or free will. Instead, we must look to the tracks we have built and consider, while we have choices to make, these cycles are complex, ingrained, uneasy to break, and they complicate our solutions to ideals of isolated poverty. But they are far from invincible. Poverty, as a process, must be placed in proper context, beyond perceived conditions of coincidence or personal incompetence. We are all connected in systems worldwide, bound by politics, economics, and conversations oversimplified, that paint us across the globe as folks isolated on the other side of spectrums far too black and white. While in reality, every human is accountable to the welfare of humanity, and it is only if we live consciously of our role in this world, as consumers, voters, neighbors, whose everyday choices bear great weight, can we understand and adjust poverty the way we must. This is the story I wish to help tell.